Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Gerard Palsis. I'm a general dentist here in Chicago, Illinois. Wanted to start this YouTube channel to bring some of my expertise and knowledge to you guys at home, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way. The topic of today is charcoal, particularly charcoal in toothpaste and in toothbrushes actually. Walking down the aisle of CVS the other day and saw that there's a ridiculous amount of products out there that have charcoal in them. So did a little of my own research and I want to present that to you here today. Okay, so a little bit of history about charcoal and its use in toothbrushes and toothpaste. In 5000 BC, the ancient Egyptians were using toothpaste. Well, really it was tooth powder. It was just a ground up bunch of pumice and eggshells and burnt ox hooves to make with this black tooth powder, and they rubbed it on their teeth, probably with a finger or a rag. And then as early as 3000 BC is when we have some evidence of toothbrushes being used for the first time. Really, it was a chewed up toothbrush stick. It came from a special tree known as the Salvadora persica, or the toothbrush tree, and it was a piece of twig, and they would just chew one end of it until it was frayed, and that's what their toothbrush was. The first evidence of charcoal being used in toothpaste was back in ancient Greece when Hippocrates recommended burning the head of a hare and 3 mice and grinding it up in a mortar and pestle and rubbing it on your teeth. In 500 BC, the Chinese were using herbs and salt and ginseng to make their toothpaste. And then fast forward to more recent times, modern toothpaste as we know them today, that come out of a little tube. That was created in the 1800s, and then by the end of the 1800s, they were adding even fluoride to toothpaste. So it was a little bit more modern, and recently, charcoal has been put back into every toothpaste on the market today. So why charcoal? Well, activated charcoal has been used in a lot of different applications. We have it in face creams, shampoos. It's used in water filtration systems. It has a really good ability to bind up toxins, and even used in hospitals where if you were accidentally to ingest some poison or some kind of toxin, they have you drink activated charcoal to bind up some of those toxins before they have to pump your stomach. So I get the logic. I get why we would try and use charcoal in your toothpaste, because maybe it binds up some of the stain or the debris that's in your teeth and makes them look whiter. The Journal of American Dental Association published an article in 2017 that reviewed 118 different articles on charcoal toothpaste, and they really came to the conclusion that it's inconclusive. It does not really whiten teeth as much as all these advertisements claim that it does. There's claims that it's antibacterial, that it's antifungal, that it's antiviral, or just plain detoxifies the mouth, and none of these are really true. So there's no evidence to suggest that these claims are true. There's still a lot more studies to be done long term that could tell us the long-term effects of using charcoal toothpaste or toothbrushes every day. So now we're going to take some time. I'm going to step out of the office and go to the bathroom and try out some of these toothpaste, and I'll try it out right in front of you guys. Okay, so here we are. We're going to try out, well, I've got 2 different toothbrushes. I got the Colgate activated charcoal bristles and the Oral-B. So I'll let you know which one's softer, which one just feels better in general. And I've got the Crest 3D White and the Tom's activated charcoal. I think I'm going to go with Crest first, just to try it out. Here goes nothing. Let's go with the Oral-B first. Oh, the paste is definitely black. And get it right there on the toothbrush. It looks, well, let's say like a gray color. This little, not as black as I thought it'd be. It tastes great. Okay, well, if I had my eyes closed, I would not know that this is charcoal toothpaste. Tastes just fine. A little bit gritty. Okay, as far as whitening goes, I mean, it's hard to tell. It's only just a minute or two of brushing, but it says it removes 80% of surface stains. I think they look whiter, but let's move on to the next one. All right, now we've got our next one. I'm just going to use the Colgate toothbrush with the Tom's activated charcoal. They sell this with fluoride and without fluoride. This one actually is SLS free, and what that means is it's sodium lauryl sulfate free. Sodium lauryl sulfate is the ingredient that makes things foam up. It's in a lot of shampoos, and it's that ingredient that makes the toothpaste foamy. So my thoughts were maybe the Tom's will be less foamy than the Crest that we just tried. So I'll try that out. Oh wow, this one is much darker. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. Not great, definitely pitch black. And it looks less gritty. I'll try it out here. We'll see. Oh wow. Okay, that is disgusting. That's just like straight black. Oh my god. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a little gritty still, but not foamy. A little bit. All right, we're gonna rinse and we'll be back to you. Okay, so there you have it. I'm now back in my office. I've tried both these toothpastes. Honestly, there were far too many to even try, just because I'm purchasing all of them myself. I'd be here all day trying different toothpastes. But I think the consensus is, you know, I think you could use these on a short-term basis, you know, once every other week maybe, but I would not use it every day. The taste is pretty close to regular toothpaste. The color is kind of off-putting, but overall, because of the research that's been done on charcoal and its possible abrasiveness to the teeth, I really think that using it every day is not recommended, in my opinion. But again, these are just my opinions, and until the ADA comes out with some recommendations on use for these kinds of toothbrushes and toothpaste, I'd use them sparingly. So I also want to talk a little bit about what the composition of a tooth is and what makes it white. The outside surface of your tooth is made up of enamel, everybody knows. That's the white part of your tooth. Think about enamel as if it were frosted glass, and there's a certain thickness of that frosted glass over the next layer of your tooth, which is the dentin, which is yellow. Everybody has the next layer as dentin is yellow on their teeth, and the thinner that your enamel gets, the more that dentin layer starts to show, so the yellower your teeth look. So it's really important to keep your enamel layer as thick as possible, and by using things that could possibly thin out that enamel layer, you're actually, in the long run, making your teeth less white. So even though charcoal toothpaste may work in the short term by kind of scrubbing off that top layer of debris or stain, you may be potentially thinning out some of your enamel and showing some of that dentin that's coming through the yellow layer of your tooth underneath. A lot of this information is available online. If you Google abrasivity of toothpaste, you can look up the abrasiveness, of the relative abrasiveness of those toothpastes compared to each other. They've got lists all over the internet. You want to try and pick one that's on the lower end of abrasivity and by a reputable brand, preferably with fluoride in it, because I'm a big proponent of fluoride, which also helps strengthen your enamel as well. So in conclusion, I think using these toothpastes in moderation is probably safe. You can kind of pick and choose your favorite brand. I would say that you really want to be careful about its abrasiveness on the enamel. I would try and use the least abrasive toothpaste that you can find and stay away from acidic foods and beverages. That's really the best way to keep your enamel as healthy as possible. Also, as far as staining goes, coffee, tea, and red wine probably stain the teeth the most. In my personal opinion, I've seen black and green tea be the biggest culprit of tooth stains. So if you stay away from those things, you won't have to worry about whitening your teeth all the time. Also, alternatively, there's whitening gels that we have. There's so many of those on the market. That's for a whole different video, but that may be a safer and more effective way to whitening your teeth and without having to use any kind of abrasive paste.